Hey guys, welcome back here to After Hours, the show where the bar is closed, but we will always remain open for you. And today what I want to talk to you guys about is using the Pony Express, because holy Moses, was it expensive. It's mind-bogglingly expensive. So back in the day when money was worth a whole lot more, people spent practically pennies, like maybe 1 or 2 cents, in order for them to send postage to anybody else, right? So if you're sending a letter, like the post would be about 2 cents for the stamp, you'd send it off and there you go, you're good. And that worked for most people. But if you wanted to use the Pony Express and you needed to get something from the East Coast to the West Coast really, really quickly, you would spend upwards of $5 per half ounce of packaging. So if you had like a heavy package that was like $2, I mean, not $2, 2 ounces, forgive me, it would be upwards of $20, which $5 translates today as $130 per half ounce. That's how expensive it was to utilize this particular express postal system. It's just insane. They eventually lowered it down to $1 to try to encourage more people to invest and utilize the system, but it didn't happen. The only people that actually ended up using the Pony Express, those sparingly few people who did, were able to do so because they were insanely rich and probably had financial interests out west in California or out east in New York or where have you. And because of that is one of the reasons why I ended up flopping. They had invested thousands of dollars back in this time, right? So there would be millions today, right? In order to be able to build the infrastructure for them to be actually take the express route from the East Coast to the West Coast in postage, and people just couldn't afford it. So it was doomed to flop. But if that's the case, and this business model seems to be doomed to fail, then how is it that anybody remembers this thing? Well, that mainly comes back to Buffalo Bill, who was a very, very famous man towards the later half of his life and was romanticized in most American culture as the quintessential cowboy, right? You know, everybody kind of knew about Buffalo Bill, and so he was the reason that the Pony Express was cemented in the minds of Americans, because he was one of the Pony Express's riders. There's even a story or a tale in which he was riding out west on one of his runs, and he got in the middle of, I think it was a Comanche or an Apache war party. He got in the middle of it and tried to just pass through, and somehow he managed to escape without them noticing that he was probably one of the people they wanted to kill. Unbelievable story. And so many other stories came out of Buffalo Bill, which is the reason why this absolutely terrible business ended up becoming as famous as it was. That and the fact that it's so ambitious and incredible that you have to give them credit for it, right? And I actually had a little bit of a taste of being able to use the Pony Express in 2020. During the pandemic, my friends and I, we wanted to do something that was a little bit special and help break the monotony of having to just sit in our rooms, wait for the world to return to normal. And we decided, let's write to each other. So we decided to grab a pen and a paper, and we wrote letters to each other. And let me tell you, the modern postal system is quite expensive compared to texting. So much the same with the Pony Express in relation to the telegraph that eventually replaced it, so too is texting to just using the postage at all. We don't see any letters or anything that comes through the mail other than junk mail or people that want money, because it really wasn't effective to use it. So we use texting instead. And it's pretty remarkable to see how much technology has evolved to make communication cheaper. And I'm very thankful for that, because it would suck. Let's just think about it. It would suck even back then to wait 10 days to hear the response to the "you up" text that you send your girlfriend at night. Just saying. Next thing you know, she goes, "Yeah, I've been up. It's been a week. Gosh." Anyway, so like any other entrepreneurial endeavor, somebody took something that was existing and tried to make it fantastic and efficient. And that was what the Pony Express set out to do, but it was only eventually replaced by technology that was so much better than it. So let me know, what do you guys think about the Pony Express? Have you guys sent any letters to family or loved ones? Let me know, post in the community, let's have a discussion. As always, we love you guys, and here at After Hours, the bar is always open for you all. Cheers.